Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Joey and today we're going to play and build the Outback. I haven't built a habitat here for a while. The last one we did was the Notosaurus, so I think it's time that we're going to play around with this park. So I have an idea. We have four amphitheaters here and I'm pretty sure we could build a habitat around the amphitheater. So for example, this would be a separate habitat and this would be a habitat with another dinosaur, so on, so and so forth. I feel like that will be a unique and interesting thing to do. We're gonna focus on here, and you know what dinosaur I want to build? A Spinosaurus. I haven't made a Spinosaurus in quite a while, so it's gonna be very interesting. And hopefully you'll join me into this ride. So please do click that subscribe button and click the like because we're gonna build a Spinosaurus habitat right now. So the first step I'm doing is building some decorations around the amphitheater. For example, a little entrance into the Spinosaurus habitat. The amphitheater is going to be the viewing gallery for the habitat anyway. So this is something I've been practicing a lot is building or decorating stuff around an object. For example, like a lagoon or an aviary. In this case, an amphitheater. By using all the items that we have in the game, we could build so many stuff around it using some of the foliage that we have, the planters, the items, using as much what we have in the tools and build some beautiful decorative things, just like this small little thing right here. Just little detail like this, just use it as your full advantage with the tools that we have, you know. Now we'll focus on the habitat. Now the bad part about this is that we can't add water, which I envision be a little aquatic area here, but for some reason the game won't let you allow water. There's a distance there, so we're gonna focus outside the habitat with the waters part of the habitat. And right here I plan to add their feeding source, so at least the Spinosaurus has a reason to go inside the amphitheater. So another down part with building a habitat around the amphitheater is that you can't raise the terrain, which is kind of unfortunate. So, you could just do the best as you can. I've seen a lot of creative and unique builders build wonderful designs with their habitat. Some do some pattern design, some made a wonderful entrance. You can do so much. You got to think outside the box with these type of things. But for me, this is going to be the feeding area for the Spinosaurus. At least there's a reason for the Spinosaurus to go into the amphitheater. And this is what I got. So yeah, you just got to be more decorative with your amphitheater creative ways. Trying to find words to say, but yeah, here it is. And now we're going to build the outside of the habitat, and we're going to use none other than the Monorail glitch. So I'm going to slow it down a little bit because I'm going to explain this the best way I can. However, I do have a couple of habitat builds in my channel if you aren't aware with this glitch, and I do a full tutorial, so if you want to know how to do it, consoles could use it too. I'm a PS5 player, so you have the ability to use this. But as you can see in visual, this is where I'm going to demonstrate the glitch. And what's good about this glitch is that Frontier hasn't patched it yet, which means that I'm pretty sure they're aware that its existence, but they kept it in the game, which is so cool for them to have. But I really wish that we do have a legit Frontier intended submarine slash boat ride slash whatever ride, because this is a glitch. A glitch is a glitch. It's not really the real deal. But here is a visual that I'm doing right now. Basically, you need two monorails and you need to have them, I guess, stable. Maybe you could have a curve. I have not tested that, but you could see right there I raised up the terrain and the railing is stayed put. It did not move. And you could try this, try it right now, it works. So that's why I'm doing. We're gonna have a lovely river ride for the Spinosaurus. So across the habitat, and you can see the Spinosaurus right there with the monorail. It's going to be a cool visual. So let's speed up the speed build and let's continue with the video. Okay, so I feel like that's a good size for the habitat. We're gonna have two Spinosaurus, so it's gonna have a little bit of trouble with the space. Usually carnivores do need a bigger space. As for water, I feel like this is a good enough for water, but we will test it in in-game if two of our lovely Spinosaurus love the habitat. Let's continue with the build. Since we are dealing in a dry environment, we're gonna change all that. We're gonna add as much foliage as we can because the theme of this habitat is a mangrove, swampy, marshy landscape. So the first thing, we're gonna grab our paintbrush, and I'm gonna use three foliage into our paintbrush. The first one is going to be the ginkgo trees. I'm going to spread it around the habitat. The next, we're going to use the ground fiber, and I'm going to spread it around the edge of the water, sometimes in the water or right where the rocks are at. And then we're going to use the shrubs, and this is where I'm going to place anywhere that is like a very dry sandy environment, just to give a little bit more foliage, a little bit of more life into my habitat. And the next step is the rocks. So I'm using the Mediterranean rocks just to barricade the rest of the habitat. And I'm using the bigger rocks since they cover more grounds. I'm also going to use the tropical rock, usually the tropical rock number 4, and those I'm going to place them into the edge of the water. I'm going to rotate them to where it shows a very flat surface, so that way it indicates that it's a very shallow. And then I'm going to use the desert rocks just to put all bits and pieces wherever I want to decorate into the habitat, wherever I want to. Okay, so we're gonna speed it up a little bit because we are playing with the foliage. So the first thing I'm doing, I'm focusing on one foliage at a time. I feel like it's much better than just scrambling around to find which is what. Kind of, you know, just make your job a lot of easier. So I started with the bushy medium trees number 2, then I work into the bushy small tree number 2, and then the medium tree number 2. These needs names. It's really hard to explain what I'm talking about if I'm just saying bushy tree number 2 or 3. So I'm going to focus in this one area, and I'm just picking whatever foliage that I felt like it should fit there, but I'm also playing around with other foliage, not just the taiga or whatever environment we're in here. Again, our theme is going to be a mangrove slash foresty dense swamp, whatever you want to call it, but it shouldn't be a dry landscape. So what foliage I'm using, again, we're using the taiga, we're using the temperate, we're using the alpine. And since the alpine kind of have this swampy texture or design wise, I placed them at the edge of the water. And then what else? We're playing with the Mediterranean trees as well, and of course the desert. So again, play around with some of the foliage that we have in the game, not just focus on one type of foliage, but it really depends on what theme that you're going for. Oops, my Morris interpreter is hungry. But yeah, I guess that is the end of the speed build. Just checking on my Morris. I don't want my little baby Morris to die, but there it is. We got ourselves a habitat. Let's go in game and we'll see how our Spinosaurus likes it. Alright, we are in game. If you guys remember, this is the Outback Park. The last one we did was the Nothosaurus habitat. So if you haven't seen that video, it's on my YouTube. Please do check it out. It's one of my favorite builds. But we're going to focus on this one right here. This is the Spinosaurus habitat. We have two lovely Spinosaurus, and they look like they love it. So we did a good job, mission accomplished for that. Here's the skin pattern if you guys are interested. This one is the Yukon River and Paleoax. Oh boy. Ooh, they look like they're tussling there. And this one is the Sorona Desert and the Polcarana. So this is a lot darker. And the other one, as you can see, has a little bit teal, like a light tealish color. Very interesting. There is our Monorail. Again, this is the a glitch. So you can use it as a river ride if you guys really wanted a river ride. I still prefer that Frontier give us an actual river ride someday. So let's speed up a little bit because I want to get into the Monorail. It does take a while to get into. So I guess our complaining of lack of amenities. Well, you know what? Sometimes we just cannot fulfill their needs. We're here to fulfill our needs for our dinosaurs, not just our guests. So, so here's our environment. I was hoping a Spinosaurus will pop out, but I guess they're not interested. And voila! There's our ride. A very short and fast ride, I'll do say so myself. Capture mode, capture mode. That is a very lovely skin patterns, both of them. They do have one of the best skin pattern. However, that's not the only view though, because we have ourselves an amphitheater. So in order to get into the amphitheater, you have to go into the entrance into the amphitheater. So let's see, show view. Okay, so it is a very dense forest. I'm hoping we do have a good view. Let's see. Yeah, okay, that's actually a good view. Right here, right here. That's actually a good view. Oh, that is a bad view. That is not a good. Oh, this is a good view. We have ourselves a good view right here. Whoever is staying here, they have the best seat in the house. Oh, we have ourselves a skeleton here as well. So, yeah, this is this is the Spinosaurus habitat. What you guys think? Hopefully this gives you guys any inspiration or ideas to build your version of Spinosaurus River Ride. Do follow me on Instagram, by the way. Joey Plays and Build, that is my Instagram. And please do send some of your habitats build. I would love to see them. I do have a lot of message, however, from you guys and your builds, and I'm very inspired as well. So please do follow me and send me some of your builds. Also, comment down below what you guys think of the habitat. Comment down below what I do need to improve, what any suggestions or any ideas. I'm always open for anything. And do press the like button because it does help me out. And please do subscribe if you are new to my channel. This is what I do. I build habitats for some of our lovely dinosaurs in this game. And if you guys are interested, if you like this, I do have a lot of videos. I think I have 100 videos of some of my best vids, so do check them out. And yeah, I guess this is the end of the video. I'm gonna sign off right here. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully it does inspire you. And I'll see you guys in the next build.